England has a racist problem. Let's keep it real. England has a racist problem. That's deep. Now, we all know that. I'm not telling you anything that you don't know, right? But honestly, it's like, even if I came out and said England doesn't have a racist problem, even if I came out and I said, you know what, the majority of people here, they're fine, they're not racist. Lord have mercy, the people can't help but expose themselves. They cannot help but expose themselves. Why? Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Here on this channel we talk about everything to do with the African diaspora, politics, music, life, love and everything in between. So if you're interested in those topics, then like, share and subscribe, and remember to hit the notification bell so you'll be notified whenever I upload a video. And yeah, remember to subscribe. Most of the people that watch my video aren't even subscribed, so I don't know what that's about, but if you subscribe, it will be much appreciated. Anyway, today I'm going to talk about England has a racist problem. Lord have mercy, England has a racist problem, and that is deep. Even if I wanted to say, oh, England are fine now, we've moved on from that, you know, you're going to have some clowns that will just come out and just blow the whole thing apart and just prove me wrong, basically, right? England has a racist problem. So England lose the football match last night. I was so sad, man. Honestly, I was so disappointed. Like, I try really hard not to get too sucked in when it comes to England, because you know they're going to take you on a roller coaster of emotions, right? Real highs, some real highs, and then some real lows. So, you know, I really tried not to get sucked into it, but unfortunately I still did. And, you know, so when, you know, they lost, I was as gutted as everybody else, honestly, right? I'm just being honest about that. Anyway, I want to talk about this match for a minute, right? But I'm going to talk about it from a social cultural perspective, right? Because I'm no football pundit. I don't even know half the players on the pitch, right? I support Arsenal, best team ever, right? I support Arsenal. I've always supported Arsenal. That's my team. I've not been to a match, and the reason I have never been to a match, I've been to the grounds, but I've not been to a match. I don't go to football matches because the culture of football is very English, male, and I don't feel safe in an environment surrounded by men that chant the way they do, and it just makes me feel really uncomfortable. And I suspect maybe, I don't know, maybe I'm as uneasy going to an English football match as, I don't know, a tiny Yorkshire woman would be about going to carnival. Who knows, right? The difference is carnival doesn't have a history of violence. It's quite multicultural. It's fun. People sing, people dance, and they're very welcoming people, right? Caribbean people by nature are very welcoming people. Can't say the same for English football. Anyway, here's the thing I want to look at now, right? Saka was dragged down by his neck, by the scruff of his neck, by the Italian fella that looks quite old, right? Very violent attack that happened on the pitch. Don't know if you missed it. That Italian fella should have been taken off immediately. Red card immediately. But for some reason, he was allowed to stay on the pitch. I don't even know if he got a yellow card for that. What would have happened if Saka had been a white player and had rolled around on the pitch a little bit more, grabbing his neck, you know, oh, he's in so much pain. Saka did what black people always do. They get up and they keep it moving. I said it yesterday. You face abuse, you get up, you keep it moving. Someone should have stepped in and ensured that the referee made the right decision. That Italian granddad should have been off. That's number one. Number two, why did Gareth Southgate, as nice a fella as he seems to be, why did he leave those black guys out of the match until the dying embers of that game? Why? There were like 10 seconds left and I'm seeing Rashford's fit body coming on. I'm thinking, Jesus, where's this been all my life? Why did he leave them out? Here's a theory I want you to just ponder on this for a hot minute, right? If England had won that match with the majority of English players, right? English white players now, it would have been very easy to sideline, not ignore, because you can't ignore greatness, sideline the contributions made by the black players, right? I don't remember the name of the guy that scored, but obviously he would have made the front pages anyway. But English media tend to promote white players over the black players anyway. We saw it with the last game they played before the final. And many people complained about that. But nevertheless, bear with me for a minute. So if England had won the match with the majority of white players, then yes, it would have been like a real achievement for the Brits, right? For whiteness then, okay, which many English people still subscribe to. Anyway, it does seem to me as though when Gareth Southgate brought those guys on, they were like lambs to the slaughter, and they were going to be the scapegoats for England's loss. And they are being. It's as if Gareth knew or had an idea that England were not going to win. If they were not going to win within the time allotted to the match, it was highly unlikely that they were going to win against Italy in penalties. And maybe Gareth knew that and pulled them on just by any chance they might be able to save us. And if they can't save it, they will be the scapegoats. And they are the scapegoats now. The torrent of racial abuse that these black guys, these black players have faced is a disgrace. The FA have come out to condemn it. Arsenal Football Club have come out to condemn it. Decent fans have come out to condemn it. Prince William came out to condemn it. Not sure when Prince William was, when his sister-in-law was being marginalised by the British press, but there you go. The PM has come out and I think he condemned it eventually. But anyway, the fact of the matter is, for people who are always wondering, why are they taking the knee? Why are they doing this? Why are they doing that? I don't fancy taking the knee as a symbolic gesture for anti-racism because it's very... I find it to be a very submissive position to be in when you're standing up for something as important as anti-racism. I would have preferred a more powerful symbolic gesture, but it is what it is. That's the one we're going with right now, and that's fine, right? People know what it is. But if people really wondered why, this is why. You have seen how ugly the British fans have been after losing. Even before they lost, these thugs were storming Wembley without paying, beating up people. I seen it. I saw the footage. Beating up people. The poor stewards then didn't even know what to do with themselves. These are the English fans, right? These are the English fans. All of them, but way too many of them. Here's the thing. As bad as the, the violence or the verbal abuse, or the verbal violence against, the black players is, bear this in mind, right? There's research that shows you that anytime England lose a match, domestic violence rates increase by 38%. So spare a thought for the women that have to live with these men, okay? No doubt, many of those women would have had a very tough night last night and will have a very tough week ahead. I would say to those women, do not wait for another tournament to find out that you're going to be beaten. Try and think about your future from now, right? At the end of the day, I'm going to leave you with this. Never underestimate the power of the African gods, the power of the ancestors. The African gods that see all, know all, been here, seen it, done it. They saw you drag down Saka. They saw you drag down Saka and do nothing. The African god said, no! You drag down my son. You're not getting away with that. They said, me see you leave me kingdom on the sideline till the last dying minutes of the match. You're not getting away with that. Not tonight, colonizer. You're not going to win. You're not going to win the game. England will not be the same. Never underestimate. Never underestimate the power of the African gods. They said, England, you're not ready to win a tournament yet. You have work to do. Call in your people. Call in your people. and talk to them. They're letting you down. They're letting you down. And the God said, not tonight, colonizer. You're not winning today. You dragged down my son, and it now go unpunished.